up, you guys? This is Rob with Texas Metal United, and today we've got a very special treat for me, for the rest of the TMU team, and hopefully for you guys too. I'm here with the man, Mike De Leon, with the band Flesh Hoarder. They're about to tear shit up tonight at the Hot Shop in Harlingen, Texas. If you don't know, he also plays for Phil Anselmo and the Illegals. He's the lead guitarist, right? Okay, so Mike, first of all, I appreciate you taking time to do this. I know we've been talking about doing it online and stuff. Ran into you a bunch of times at San Antonio shows and stuff. You got family here in the Rio Grande Valley, right? Like a cousin or something like that?
Do I have anybody down here?
Or just good friends that you call
Yeah.
family?
Like I would say that I got tons of family down here and all my friends. I've been playing down here in the valley for like at least 20 years. I would say 20 years. I've been coming down and jamming down this way. I don't know if I technically have family down here, but with all the years of jamming, I got tons of brothers and sisters, you know, from all over the place. I want to send a shout out real quick to Serge for bringing us down tonight.
STMP, South Texas Metal Production.
Yeah, Serge has been a good guy. I've known him a long time. Been jamming many bands with him. So shout out to Serge for bringing Flesh Hoarder down tonight, man. He's definitely a brother of mine. I could say for sure, man. Many years of metal and blood, sweat, and tears, man. So yeah, it's good to be down here in the valley, man, for sure.
Cool, brother. So you've got a lot of stuff going on. I got a lot of questions for you today.
Yeah, let's do it.
One of the things I've been wanting to ask you was, tell me about little Mike De Leon. Like, when did you pick up your guitar? What inspired you to start playing music? You know,
all right.
What got you on metal?
Okay, that's a great question. Nobody ever asked, man. I would take it back to the age of, like, say 3 years old for sure, and getting and picking up my first guitar. My dad had an acoustic guitar. There hanging out, and I remember he has pictures of me in my long shirt and my old chones playing the acoustic guitar, and he and my mom would turn me on to music at a really early age, you know, just for like so many other musicians. For me, it was bands like straight up Poison, Skid Row, Van Halen, Aerosmith, Carlos Santana, you know, we're being, you know...
Yeah, the 80s, the classic.
Classic 80s, yeah. and I was an 80s baby, so it was definitely there. And Phillip and Anselmo will laugh at me, because I'll tell them that Cece from Poison was like...
Cece
DeVille, man, he was the biggest influence on me, and... He definitely made me want to pick up a guitar. Eddie Van Halen wanted me to pick up a guitar, and my dad would take me to a bunch of shows. To, you know, I was 4 years old and I went to my first show. I went and saw Stevie Wonder with my first concert. Then David Lee Roth, post Van Halen with Steve Vai. I was 4 years old seeing Steve Vai, Billy Sheehan on bass, and Cinderella. You know, when I was a little kid, and it just. I knew then, you know, watching these dudes, that's what I wanted to do, and that drive, even at that age, has still never gone away. It's still there. I still, you know, pick up a guitar every day, practice, and just try to be the best musician that I can be, and try to do it, you know, as best I can, man. But growing up, music was always there. I was always buying cassettes, going to shows. And then death metal came into my life, I would say, or metal, probably about 14, 15. Friends of mine turned me on to Slayer, turned me on to Metallica, you know, even a little younger for Metallica, but a little bit more of the heavier stuff, and never turned back ever since then, man. It's gotten to the heaviest stuff you could think of, to the softest stuff you can think of, and everything in between.
What was the first death metal band you heard?
First death metal band I ever heard will for sure be Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
I never heard anything like death metal like that. And my friend Jimmy turned me on.
Was that Barnes era?
It was Barnes era, yeah. Okay. I remember the first death metal song I even heard was Strip Rape and Strangled.
Ah, yeah. I do. Yeah. I love that song. I mean?
Before I heard Hammer Smash Face, you know, it was Strip Rape and Strangled, and I heard this blast beat. And I laughed. I was like, wow, I'd never heard it. I was like, wow, it just tripped me out. And the next thing you know, I was just like hooked on it, and just I love the different style of the extreme. You can take it into a whole other direction with death metal. So it's cool, man.
Nice.
It's been good.
Right on. So when did you actually start playing electric guitar?
8 years old.
Wow, 8 years
8 years old.
That's
picked
awesome.
up my.
I've got 8-year-olds, as you know, and I'm trying to they've got guitars, and I'm trying to get them on it. Man.
That's great. You know, to all kids, you know, push the music on them. I got a couple of little boys. I got some daughters as well, but my little boys are definitely into the music. One's just turned 3, one's 5, but they're into the guitars. They're into the music, and it's been good. I just try to play all sorts of music for them, and you know, let them listen to everything and whatnot, metal and stoner and blues, a little bit of everything. So
Awesome.
It's gonna get classic rock for sure.
So what do you listen to most outside of like the metal genre?
Good question. Okay, easy answer. Came right to me. One of my favorite bands I jam almost daily, and it's totally not metal, but it's still a band that's gonna put you to think. And that's Steely Dan.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Steely Dan, and I listen to them a bunch of. I'll jam some Fleetwood Mac. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, is it Steely Dan? That's like my dad's era. He's a big Steely Dan fan. Is that like one guy or two guys?
It used to be a couple of guys, and one of the guys passed away recently, and now it's down to just one dude. And they got some awesome musicians still filling in.
Yeah.
To make it sound as awesome as it does. But Steely Dan is definitely one of my bands, not metal. Another band I would say would probably be Depeche Mode.
Okay.
You know, like a little bit more 80s dark goth or goth stuff, but man, tunes that
great a great song's a great song. It doesn't matter what the genre.
Yeah, great songwriting, get you to move, you know, dance, jam, and you know, it's some good tunes, man, for sure.
So tell me about the inception of Flesh Hoarder. What's the background?
All right, Flesh Hoarder, the background of that was
2011, right?
I would say, yeah, man, wow, that's probably pretty accurate right there. Flesh Hoarder honestly came from, I would say, a backseat conversation. I remember hanging out with me, the drummer Renee, and the guitar player Angel. We were hanging out in the car, probably smoking a little weed, just having a conversation.
As one does.
Yeah, as one does. And we were at a show where all our bands were playing a gig together, but not Flesh Hoarder. It was all our bands that we were in. I was in Disfigured, Renee was in Disfigured, Angel was in Eviscerated. We were all in bands that we all jammed, that we all grew up together, and we were all just kind of wanting to do something new and something a little different, but still have fun. And we're all friends. Yeah. So one day that we all got together, and we were like, let's do it. And we just had so much fun since day one that we took it serious,
Right.
and we're working on a second album, 10 years later, about to put out another album, played countless shows, and it's been a good time. And then for me personally, to go do the Illegals around the world, playing in some of the world's, biggest arenas and some big crowds with some awesome bands, I honestly, truly love to come back and jump in a ride with my friends and play
the little club shows,
play to whoever wants to show up and hear some fucking death metal, man.
Yeah.
And it's the best time, and it keeps me grounded, and it keeps me in the zone and knowing where I came from and whatnot. So it's always positive and a lot of fun, man. I love it. I love jamming with Flesh Hoarder, man.
So when did you get involved with the Illegals? Because you weren't on the first record, right?
That's right. It was another dude that was on the first record.
Okay, gotcha. So the latest one, Choosing Mental Illness as a Virtue, right?
Yeah,
that's
I love
you
it.
On there.
Yes.
I love that album too. It's awesome.
Awesome,
dude.
man.
It's very dense. That's
good way to put it.
Yeah, it's a very dense extreme metal record, like blackened death metal.
Grind.
But it's totally different than Flesh Hoarder, because you guys are more like brutal death metal.
Yes.
Kind of in the classical sense, I guess.
Yeah.
But when I hear, especially the latest Illegals record, it reminds me a bit of Great Southern Trendkill, which is my favorite Pantera album.
That's my favorite Pantera album too, brother. Phil's asked me and the guys, when we talk, what's our favorite album? And Trendkill, I always got to say it's my favorite.
Yeah, it's like the most brutal one.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great album right there, man. We're trying to pull tunes off that one for the live sets we've been doing.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a great CD, man.
So as you guys are out touring the world, you just did the last leg with Slayer, which is every real metalhead's fucking favorite band. And
historically, man.
And if they say they're not, they're fucking liars, right?
Slayer, man. Yeah. We all bow to Slayer. You know what I mean?
So how was that? Your mind had to have been blown. You're playing in the Forum in LA 2 nights, the last 2 dates of the
sold
tour.
Out.
What's going through your mind right before you walk on stage for that final show?
Well, that's a good question. About 5 minutes before, I don't know if this is a pretty not secretive thing, but something that people probably don't really know too much about Phil and Anselmo and the Illegals. Is about 5 minutes before we hit stage, we have a like the old school football huddle, but we'll have a band huddle. We all put our hands in, all of us stacked to the top, and Phil will have a rundown with us, and he tells us what's on his mind, what's on his heart, and what he's feeling at that moment, and he gets us in the zone to go do what we're about to go do. No matter where we're at, we're playing a small club like this, or we're playing a big arena like the Forum or something. But at these specific shows with Slayer, when we would have these talks, and in general, it's just you want to go out, and we're playing the Pantera songs, mind you not. So it's super important, it's on another level.
Yeah, because you guys are doing a tribute.
A tribute.
So when you guys,
and that's what it is to everybody. It's a tribute. We're not Pantera people,
right. Yeah, you guys are doing a tribute.
Yeah.
Pantera.
We'll never be Pantera. People, we're just trying to have fun, bring back the old party vibe.
Yeah.
And laugh, and just play the songs the best we can. We try to play them the best we can, but we're not Pantera. We're the Illegals.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to pay tribute, as Phil says, to Dimebag and to Vinnie Paul. And it's been a blast. It's really hard to do, to go from the Illegals, which is grind and blast, to do the Pantera set. We'll do it at a show sometimes, and it's like switching, especially for Phillip.
Right?
Especially for Phillip, because he has to go from death metal to this other voice, which he, and he'll tell you, and it's a great time, man, and it's a true honor to be able to do that. I grew up the biggest Pantera fan, as we all did in Texas, all over my walls, and I would have never thought in a million years, when I was up at the bleachers watching Pantera, that I would ever be associated with anything like that. It was just, that's what you wanted to do. You wanted to be there because you were just a metalhead and you wanted to play guitar and you wanted to strive to be the best, and Pantera was the best. And so to be here in 2020 paying tribute to the guys, it's fucking awesome, for the fact that it's not really for it's for us, but it's for the fans.
Yeah, because there's a whole generation of people that never got to see Pantera. I was lucky enough, I caught them here at La Villa Real with Clutch and Morbid Angel.
That's a sick tour.
Yeah, it was the Reinventing the Steel tour, or whatever it was called.
The Extreme
Steel Tour. That's right, and I still have the ticket stub for it.
I saw that show in San Antonio in the pit.
It was amazing.
Amazing. So, like I said, for 2020, it's more important that in today's world, the fans, Phil asked people on stage who got to see Pantera, who didn't get to see Pantera, and you're probably getting more people that never got the chance to see them, as opposed to the older heads that are there that did get to see Pantera. But it's just really cool. It's a really good, way of just saying thank you. And Phil tells everybody these songs belong to y'all, to us. They're everybody's songs, and it's the truth. All these other bands are doing their music. We're just trying to pay tribute to the brothers and bring back the old vibe. and the old Pantera songs.
You guys are kicking ass at it.
It's fun,
I saw
man.
the video from Japan. We'll grind that axe for a long time.
First time
playing
ever.
live ever.
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful thing.
It was, it was the first time, and even the story behind that was a trip. And I get to do a little bit of backing vocals on the 3 choruses with Phillip, and us working together. It's telling you, it's a mind-blowing trip, man. It's awesome. It's just saying thank you to everybody, and we hope you guys are having fun and enjoying the songs.
Oh yeah, man.
It's a blast.
That's awesome, dude. I'm really glad that you've got the opportunity to get out there and do that. You're one of the nicest guys I've ever met. I remember the first time I met you, I think was at some metal show up in San Antonio or something like that with Al from Confused.
All right,
and
my homie
Al.
Al.
Yeah, and he introduced me to you. And yeah, dude, you're a very down-to-earth guy, man. And since then, we keep in contact.
Totally.
You're just fucking cool, dude.
I try to tell everybody, I'm glad we're talking about this, because these are things I never really get to talk about. So, I tell everybody, all my friends across Texas that I've run into, it's all of us up there, When I'm up there, I try to represent Texas. I try to represent all my friends. I try to wear the shirts, but it's just like just saying thank you to everybody who's always supported me one way or another. And being cool is just part of the game, man. You gotta be cool.
Yep.
You don't want to be not cool, because people will remember that, and I would rather them say he was cool, and that's why I just got to do it that way, man. I'd rather just be cool.
Right on, bro.
Have fun.
So, you guys are traveling all around the world. You're doing outside of the Slayer tour. You do a mixed set, so you play all the illegal stuff, and then you're playing the Pantera tribute as well, or mixing it up. I think I saw a video on Facebook, like maybe a couple months ago, where you were working on new riffs for a new Illegals album, right?
Yep.
And
Very much so.
My question to you is, how does playing and paying tribute and basically like trying to walk in Dime's shoes, how does that influence you as a guitarist in songwriting when you're approaching the new Illegals record? Because I know it's not going to come out and sounding like Pantera 2.0. It's going to sound like Phil Anselmo the Illegals, right? But is there any like carryover, like from a like lead work that might be different from the last time around, or what can you tell us about that?
Dude, such a good question right there. That is, I would say it's a huge part of writing for the new Illegals, and it's not trying to sound, or like you said, be
It's
Pantera.
like an unconscious thing, right?
Yeah,
I'd
totally.
imagine. Yeah.
It's just like you want to strive. Even Illegals music, even if we're playing the death metal, now after playing the Pantera stuff, musicianly wise, we're just trying to strive to be such a tighter band, tighter player. So for the new Illegals, we are. You can definitely hear his vibe and his his touch on what we're doing. And even if it's like I said, death metal, it doesn't even sound like Pantera. Dime, Vinny, they are definitely alive in what we're trying to do. And the solos, not trying to place Dime solos, and I'm not trying to be Dime, but somebody was telling me the other day, I'm trying to shred, man, I'm trying to learn how to play the shred. And I told them, that's good. I'm trying to play a solo that you'll remember.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? A solo that you'll remember those notes. Oh man, like Master.
Like we all know, like all the
you know it.
All air
it's cool
guitar,
to shred.
yeah.
You can shred all day, but no one's gonna remember, a dude shredding for 20 minutes of just shred. Now, if you're gonna play a 20-minute guitar solo that just blows everyone away, that has so much feel in it, with some shred, that's a solo I'd love to want to play or want to hear. So that is definitely going to be more apparent in the new Illegals album, and it's just us trying to be the best musicians we can be, and Dime and Vinny are definitely very apparent on all that. So that's a good question. Yeah, for sure,
Nice.
man.
Right
Yeah.
on, man.
Definitely. It's a good way to
So are
put
you
it.
guys targeting like this year, next year,
Hopefully
whenever?
this year.
Hopefully this year.
Yeah, hopefully
Okay.
this year, and I'm hoping sooner than later.
Nice.
You know, we have already got stuff demoed. We are writing, like, even in Tokyo. You know, I was telling a friend of mine right 30 minutes before we hit stage, I wrote a riff. I was like, oh, I just had this riff come over
The
me.
riff gods whacked you over the
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
Like,
we
I
was
gotta
like,
get it down.
I got a riff, you know, and I grab my guitar and jam it, take it over to Steve. Steve takes it and he's like, let's do this. And I call Phil over. Phil, I got a riff. Let's check it out. You know, and we're going on in fucking 30 minutes in front of, you know, whoever,
Yeah.
you know, Tokyo, Japan. No, Osaka, Japan. And you know, and then once Phil gets it, it turns in from A to C. You know what I mean? It went right past B, and now we're on a. He changed it up, and it's cool because we love to do that. We're always writing. We got tons of riffs. We have notes everywhere, and once we get in the jam room, hopefully in the next month or so, just designated to write. It's gonna be on, man. I can't wait. Yeah.
So when you guys record, you guys do it there in Phil's studio?
Yeah, we do it there at Philip's
Was it
studio.
Nosferatu's Lair?
Nosferatu's Lair. Nosferatu's
That's
Lair.
so cool,
yeah.
man. I'm such a big like fan of Down and all of the other things that the dude's
He's
done,
got
man.
so much going on, and it's all awesome, man. Everything he is you know, he has in minor right now, which is his mellow stuff.
I dig that, man.
Yeah,
I saw the videos
super
on
chill.
YouTube. Super chill,
Yeah.
really cool.
It's
and
him
it's
and
got
Steven,
it's
man.
a stretch is from a vocal perspective.
Yes.
I think too. It's
Yes.
totally
He's like
working out a
stepping outside
different
a whole
muscle.
new
Yeah.
body. Exactly, and it's great. So he can go from that right over to the you know, to the Illegals, and that's just like brutal gutturals and stuff. So it's just great, and he has, you know, Down coming back, doing the 25-year anniversary this year.
Yeah, with Kirk Winstein's
Yeah,
backing
with
down.
Kirk, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And they got some shows lining up again, so it'll be good. And then he has Scour, which is my homie Derek's band. So I know Derek will appreciate a little Scour representation out here for you, bro. And they got that going on too. It's more of a black metal project.
Flesh Hoarder, back to Flesh Hoarder. So you guys have a new record coming out too.
Yes.
Right?
It's done.
It's done.
It's done.
First single came out late last
Gratification
year.
Through Mutilation.
Right.
It was the first single. I think we might call the album that. It could change, but definitely the first single. We're going to be playing that tonight, as well as another new song tonight, and 9 new tracks, new Flesh Hoarder album. I could say that Angel and Renee were the main songwriters, Adam as well, on this new album. I've been gone. I've been doing my thing with the Illegals. They've been writing. Honestly, for me, it's such a relief. I get to come back
Work
in.
gets done,
Yeah,
and you're like
I
ready
come
to
back
go,
in.
yeah.
I learn it all. You know, they're like, this is it. And you know, we did 3 rehearsals, 3 weeks, 9 songs. Just I broke
Boom,
it down.
boom,
Boom, boom, boom. Learned them all. Went to Japan. Came back. Had practice the other night. We ran through the 9 songs. I'm just like, man, I love it. I love it
Nice.
because it's you know, for Flesh Hoarder, I love Angel and Renee's style. It's brutal. It's heavy. I get to put my little touch on it, you know, doing it, and it's great, man. It's good. The new album will be out here hopefully real soon, and hopefully we'll get to go overseas and do some shows as well,
Nice.
and try to get out with Flesh Hoarder and branch out and do some stuff here.
Where's
hopefully
where's the farthest out of Texas you guys have played so far?
soon. We did Las Vegas. Probably Las Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas,
Chicago.
okay. That's
The
a
Chicago
good
Death
trek.
Fest.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
a
good.
long-ass
It was
drive.
good. We were talking about it earlier. We're you know, getting out of Texas and where we can start.
It takes forever just to get out of Texas.
It does. And you got
You almost
5
got to
guys.
do like 2 gigs just to get out of the state.
Yes, and you got, like I said, you know, any band, you got 5 guys trying to line up 5 schedules with who knows what going on
Family,
exactly
work.
in their life.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has their own thing. Kids, no kids. Wives, no wives. So it's a little bit of a struggle. But tonight, I'm so stoked to be here in the Valley. You have no idea. I was just in fucking Japan last week. So to be here in South Texas all of a sudden with all my friends, with all my family that I hadn't seen in forever, it's fucking awesome.
And
You know what I mean?
it's got that vibe, I think, right, where it's like you are kind of returning from
Like a
victorious
homecoming.
battle.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, holy shit, dude played with Slayer, and you were just jamming on Kerry King's rig,
That was a
right?
yes. I
Shit.
was just talking about that with JD. He was just asking me about that, and that's a whole story in its own, man. But that was awesome. Just it's just been an amazing experience.
So what is your secret or strategy to keeping that kind of work-life balance when you get home? Because you've got little ones at home, and you got a wife, and staying married and having a family is important.
Yes.
Right?
I think what balanced me really good being home is having my home studio right now.
Right.
You know, because I can have my babies just running around the house, you know, and my girl there, but all I gotta do is plug right into my studio. It's just a little home studio, but it's just my little escape of just letting it go.
Get it out and
let
then
it get
boom.
And then I'm home. You know,
Let's go to Peter Piper.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go to
Yep.
CC's and get
Yep.
some pizza. Let's go get some enchiladas, and then get back home, do my daily thing, and then when it's time to get back to Illegals, it's time to get back to the Illegals. When it's time for Flesh Hoarder, it's time for Flesh Hoarder,
Yeah.
and it's just try to balance it out as best I can. Everybody's happy. I'm always home. You know, when I'm not out, I'm always home. I don't go to the bar. I don't really go to you know, I'm at home hanging out, writing and doing my thing.
Putting the work in.
Yeah, putting the work in, man. Lately, honestly, I gotta say, I've been really practicing on scales. And that's just me trying to be a better musician, learning the old scales, man. Just sitting there starting and just trying to get better as a musician, man.
Yeah.
And you know, you could always work on it. So, you know, as much as busy as we are, it's always good to take a step back and just try to tighten the little things up again, you know. So that's what I've been trying to do lately.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's been good.
So last question, do you have any shout outs you'd like to make to friends or family or anything like that to the Texas Metal United audience? And two, what are you going to do after the show tonight?
All right, let's see. Shout out to all my homies down here in the valley. I could go on. Severance, Acts of Vengeance, Pantheon, Dagra, oh man, Blast Perversion, and on and on and on and on. Dogma Hollow, fuck.
Yeah.
All the homies from years. Love you guys. Thanks so much for the fucking support. Like I said, man, it's always out there. It's just it's the state of Texas. Anytime I'm up there, it's all of us. Shout out to all the good Mexican food and tacos we've been eating while we've been hanging here in the
Put on some
valley.
weight when you get home.
Yes. Shout out to the barbecue that Serge hooked us up with. The hospitality has been great. And I could keep going. The Hop Shop, for the years and years of support that they've put on, the years of shows. I played here with so many of my bands. And shout out to Texas Metal United.
Fuck yeah, brother.
For all the fucking support. Robert over at Enemy. All the homies in Texas down here. We need to bring them up. Mine Eater. All the homies, we need to bring them up. Because Central Texas and North Texas and all that need a good dose of some ass kicking from the bands that are represented down here in the valley. B, what am I going to do after the show tonight? I got to drive back. So I got like a 4-hour drive. I'm probably going to have, and I never do this, but I'm probably going to have a Red Bull. I never drink them. And I'm going to jam some fucking Steely Dan, and I'm going to cruise all the way home. And I'm gonna get my band home as safe as possible. So again, thanks for everybody. Thanks to my boy Rob right here.
Thanks, brother.
Much appreciated. And New Illegals will be out here sometime soon. New Flesh Hoarder will be out sometime soon. Cheers, everybody. Tear it up, and thanks again, man.
Oh yeah, Texas Metal United. This is how we roll. I'm Rob, one of many. We're together. We're Texas. We're metal. We're united.
Yes, we are. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you.
Peace.
We'll fucking see you, man. Cheers.